What's going on, guys? Hope y'all are having a great day out there today. That's right, guys. We have picked up the new ARRMA OUTCAST EXB Roller. This thing just looks awesome, guys. You know, the hobby shop just called me a little bit ago, told me the thing just arrived, and had to run down and pick it up. I've been too excited waiting to see this thing and check this thing out and get this thing out of the box and take a look at it. This body on this thing just looks awesome, though. We're going to get it out of the box here in just a moment. But kind of going over, showing you outside the box a little bit. I know there's not a lot of these videos out there just yet, but I figured I'd go over a few things with you guys real quick. So this is the new 8S OutCast EXB Roller that ARRMA just released recently. It's kind of nice. I was looking at the side of the box here, and they do give you the 56 and the 49 series motor mount. So whichever pinions and stuff and motors you're going to use on this thing, you know, they give you both of them with the thing. Has an additional 39 tooth spur gear with it. 2 servo mounts to suit a 5th or 6th scale servos, depending on what you're going to use in this thing. And I have 2 different servos, so I'm not sure which I'm going to use for the thing yet. I actually have one of these, one of the regular Spectrum, the SPM S905. I have one of these. I might be chucking in that thing. But let's get this thing out of the box, because that's what everybody wants to see. Let's check this thing out, guys. All right, well, we first got to get the tape cut. Sorry, trying to find my razor blade. Get the tape cut on this box. Take a look inside here. Box is probably taken up. I don't know if I even have the camera out at a far enough angle here, but I'm gonna get the box out of this thing, or box off of this thing. Take a look at this beast. Got normal packaging. We'll take a look and see what's in this box here in a minute. Get the next layer of the box out of here. And, oh, geez, oh man. She is a monster, guys. Let's take a closer look at this thing. Well, now we got to do the best part of any new car. Get this plastic off of it. Oh, yeah. Guys, just look at the detail. And this matte and shiny finish that they have on these bodies just looks amazing. Man, guys, I just love the look of this truck. I mean, it just looks mean. Really love this matte black with the shiny EXB logos put in over top of it. I mean, it just looks amazing. Got the roof skids on this thing. The body feels pretty decently heavy. I'm not sure. It feels kind of heavier than my Creighton 8S body, but not sure about that. But it does have all the nice roof skids on it. And one thing I noticed, guys, immediately on this truck are the rear tie rods and camber links on this thing. The size of these compared to the RTR versions is just, it is a night and day difference. I mean, these things are huge. So, and also the shock rods, they're a lot bigger. The A-arms are heavier on this, but let's go ahead and get the dome off of this thing and check out the insides. All right, we got all the body clips off of this thing. So honestly, even my first time taking a look inside of this thing, guys. So, she's looking electronics empty. And electronics is the next thing I got coming for this thing. Today I've been talking with a couple guys. I was talking with my guy down at the hobby shop, Tim, down at Playthings, etc. You know, I was talking to him about electronics for this thing and what he thought. I've also been talking with, a lot of you guys know Earl Moorhead and getting his input. And I think what I'm going to do on this thing is get a Castle 8S, the Mamba Monster X8 SESC. Sorry, can't spit all that out in one sentence. But I think I'm going to do a Castle ESC with a Hobby Wing 1100 kV motor is what I'm thinking I'm going to put in this. You know, I was debating on doing the whole castle setup or a whole Hobby Wing setup. However, you know, with talking with Earl and some guys, you know, the censored motors, obviously in bashers, you know, the sensor tends to break and then you got to disconnect it anyway, so there's no point in putting a censored motor in a basher. In a speed car or anything like that, yes, that makes perfect sense, or a race car, censored motors make sense, but on a basher, this really doesn't. So I think that is going to be the electronics I'm going to do in this thing. But anyway, guys, man, the inside is all the nice aluminum braces in this thing. Very similar setup to the Kraton 8S I have, but it's also got, which will be a nice change. Hopefully this chassis holds up better than my Kraton 8S did, but it's got the 7075 aluminum chassis under this thing. That was one weak spot on my Kraton 8S up here, was I did bend the chassis on this thing. But I put another stock chassis under it, and it's been holding up pretty good lately. And any of you guys that watch my videos, you know, I've been beating on this thing pretty heavily, and she's been holding up pretty well. Now, obviously, with the Outcast, it's got a shorter wheelbase, so you have a little less flex, and they are better for jumping and not having as much of that flex and a chance of bending the chassis. But, you know, any bad crashes or really heavy sends, it's always a possibility, guys. But I'm going to take a look over this thing a few more minutes, and I'll bring you guys back in a second. So I'll just kind of looking over a few things. You know, so obviously this thing does come with the D-Boots backflip tires on it. It's got the 20 millimeter, you know, big bore shocks under this thing. Everything looks, you know, pretty nicely built, and hopefully she holds up. The A-arms and everything on this thing, there's definitely a lot of extra thicker spots on these A-arms, and just the overall thickness of them definitely look a lot heavier than, you know, the RTR version. But I think we're going to take a look now inside of this box and see what we got in here. All right, guys, let's see what they got in the box. All right, well, you got your two different motor mounts. Like I was saying about it, they got the 56 series and the 49 series motor mount, depending on which style you need to go with. Also your spare gear and all the appropriate mounting hardware for that. You got your two different electronics trays, depending on which servo you're going to run. If you're going to run, depending on which style servo you're going to run or size, nice they give you both options with your receiver battery box all is one piece. And the gasket and hardware and all that's in there with that also. Also, got your servo saver, which you get this thing put together and built. As you can see, it's in pieces, so get to construct that. Also, got your manual, of course, with your tire wrench and also your C-clip wrench. Not wrench, C-clip tool, whatever you want to call it. If you don't know what that's for, what that is for removing the little C-clips that are down here on the rear drive shafts. I think there's one on the front also. But any of you have tried getting those on or off, they can be a lot of fun trying to remove that little clip. So it's nice that they now include that with it, the kit, to be able to take those on and off, because they can... I tried to do them once without the proper tool, and let me tell you guys, it's not a ton of fun. They also do include a number of different shock valving for the shocks, depending on, you know, what you're going to do and weight of oil and how you want your suspension set up. So they do give you a nice variety of very heavy shock valves with the kit also, guys. So I'll just take a look over the truck and see if there's anything else I want to point out or you guys might be interested in seeing. If anybody got any questions, you know, drop a comment down below. If there's any questions about the car that I didn't cover. Sorry, trying to go over everything as much as I can, but honestly, I'm kind of excited and playing around with this thing a little bit. But thing looks quite well built, guys. Looks very stout. Looks like this thing should take a pretty good beating. Does have a nice wheelie bar on the back of it also. And you know what sold me on this truck was out, and I was just recently out in California, and you guys had seen that video. I was out there running with Earl Moorhead, and he let me test ride his Outcast 8S. It's the RTR version, and he had a Castle 800 kV Castle setup in his. And guys, I just fell in love with that truck. The thing was a blast. I mean, the thing just backflipped and handled so nicely, and had tons of power, just had an absolute blast with that truck. And that's pretty much what sold me on this. You know, going out there, honestly, I was really going to buy the new Losi DBXLE 2.0. Sorry about that noise. Before test driving his. And then, you know, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about the Outcast 8S. And after taking his for a ride, I was sold. Just had way too much fun with this thing. So I decided when I seen the EXB version was getting released, I had to pick one up. And it was funny because I was actually on the way back from California from, take on my trip back home. Whenever I seen ARRMA was releasing this and this thing was coming out. So it was just meant to be. But guys, the electronics will be here very soon for this thing, and we will have this thing out there for its first proper bash. Like I said, I'm getting the Castle ESC and a Hobby Wing 1100 kV motor for this thing, and I think she should rip pretty good. It's going to be fun, so there'll be lots of great stuff coming with this thing here to the channel soon, guys. So if you guys are enjoying the video and enjoying what I'm doing, please, consider subscribing, drop a comment, like the video. I really appreciate it. But I think that's going to do it for the Outcast unboxing video of the new ARRMA Outcast EXB, guys. This thing is going to be a beast. Can't wait to get it out there and run. And I hope you guys will tune in. So until next time, y'all, be safe, be careful out there. Peace out, everybody.